You're wasting your life away by saying no to things. I used to be shy, socially awkward. I wouldn't embrace life, I would just reject opportunities out of some irrational fear or just laziness. And everything changes once you start saying yes to things. I mean, you've heard this before. Just like say yes to things. In the context of business, for example, you'll hear that you should say no to most things. In the context of your social life, I think it's the opposite. You should say yes to as many things as possible, even when it's inconvenient. Try to be flexible enough with your life that you can allow for unexpected, spontaneous opportunities. For example, today, I just talked to a guy waiting in line at the coffee shop. I was like, oh, did you get into a motorcycle accident? Because he looked a bit roughed up. He was like, yeah, and he was from Turkey. So I said, merhaba, teşekkürler, like the two words I know in Turkish. And he was so happy. He was like, oh my God, I love you, my friend. Come to my home. Come to my home now. And I was like, what? Come to your home? He was like, yeah, I'm inviting you to my home. I'm like, okay. We're in Thailand, by the way. He's staying in some place here on this island. And I was like, yeah, why not? And he was very, touchy, and he was like, I love you. I was like, well, let's see where this goes. He seemed a bit weird, but I was like, yeah, so far he's good weird. And I get to his place, and it gets pretty freaking weird, to be honest. I'm pretty sure he was insane, some sort of schizophrenic, or maybe he was on drugs. I don't know. I had to leave at some point. You gotta trust your gut feeling. But most of the time, you'll be all right. Try to trust your gut feeling, and don't be overly suspicious. Maybe don't be as stupid as I am, but generally speaking, just try to say yes to things and see what happens. Some of the most beautiful things, it's a bit loud here, some of the most beautiful things that have happened in my life were because I just happened to say yes when I easily could have said no, and most people would have said no. Giving a spontaneous comment to some dude on the street, and bam, we became friends. Another spontaneous comment to some dude at a coffee shop. We became really good friends in the span of just a few days. In the span of even half an hour, honestly. Depends on how you define friend, but really, we got closer than some people get in a year. We got closer in 30 minutes. Sometimes this happens because you gotta say yes to things, even sometimes stupid things. And even when you're I don't know, I gotta go do this thing. Well, do you really have to? Or maybe you can break the routine in order to possibly change your life. People say I have a lot of cool, fun stories. I'm not particularly lucky. I don't think I create my own luck by making it more likely for fun and funny stories to happen. Okay, just because I'm an idiot who says yes to things. So be more of an idiot. Just be more naive and optimistic.